Have a cheerful morning, students. Hope all of you are fit and fine at your own places. As we are doing chapter Establishment of Company Rule in India, and we have covered this chapter till the Anglo-Mysore War. How smartly the British East India Company set up their rule in the strong Mysore Empire. How they captured the Mysore by fighting battles with it, Hyder Ali, Tipu Sultan, and they captured the Mysore. Now, after capturing the Mysore, the Britishers wanted to capture the Maratha Empire also. You may see that the orange portion. The huge portion is under the Marathas. So the Britishers wanted to set up their supremacy as they have already captured the Mysore region. So now their next aim is the Maratha region. So after the death of Aurangzeb in 1707 till 1761, the Maratha Empire was a very strong empire. So after Mughal Empire, it was the Maratha Empire who set up their rule in the most part of India. But in 1761, after the Battle of Panipat, they start losing their grip on the Maratha region. So in 1775, Britishers wanted to capture it. Why they want to capture it? To set up their supremacy, to gain control in such a big region of Maratha. And there was the internal problems of Marathas regarding the Peshwaship. Peshwaship means kingship. Always there is a two opponents who wanted to be the king of that empire, which is called Peshwa. So Britishers always supported one against the other, and in these three Anglo-Mysore war, slowly they captured the whole empire. So let's start that Anglo-Mysore war. There were three Anglo-Mysore war. So let's do that war in detail.
The Third Battle of Panipat, that was fought between Peshwa Nana Sahib of the Marathas and Ahmed Shah Abdali, led to the division of the Maratha Empire. The Maratha Empire broke into 5 independent states. The power of Peshwa, the former head of the Maratha Empire, declined, and now he had control only over Pune in Maharashtra. The other 4 states were controlled by the Gaikwad family of Baroda in Gujarat, Bhosle family of Nagpur in Berar, Sindhya family of Gwalior, and the Holkars of Indore. Despite the setback, the Marathas managed to quickly recover from their defeat in the Battle of Panipat and took control of most of western and central India. Although they remained divided, it took 43 years and 3 wars for the British to bring the Marathas under their control.
So students, here you get to know that after the war of 1761, that is a war of Panipat, the Maratha disintegrated into different groups. Now it was a huge empire under different parts, under different leaders. So that the battle of Panipat weakened the Maratha Empire. Otherwise, Mughal Empire के बाद, after the death of Aurangzeb, that Maratha was the strongest empire. As you can see from a map, it has the largest territory in the India. Now,
The then Peshwa Narayan Rao was assassinated by his uncle Raghunath Rao, who wanted to usurp the rule of the Maratha Empire. As a result, a civil war broke out on the issue of succession between the supporters of Madhav Rao II, the infant son of Narayan Rao, and the supporters of Raghunath.
there were two groups among Marathas who fought for the Peshwaship. Peshwaship means they want to be Nawab, they want to be the king. So one side there was a Raghunath Rao, another side there was a Madhav Rao second. That Madhav Rao second has a support of local Maratha chieftains, Bhoslas, that we have read about Sindhyas. इसका जो local chieftains थे, जो अलग अलग 5 parts में बिखरे हुए थे kingdoms, उसका पूरा support माधव राव सेकंड को था. That's why Raghunath Rao move ahead and did a alliance with a East India Company. Let's start the first Anglo-Maratha War.
Raghunath Rao sought the help of the British, who sent their army to defeat Madhav Rao's supporters. The British supported Raghunath Rao with the intention of gaining territory and political power in the Maratha Empire. The Maratha chiefs united under the leadership of Nana Fadnavis and defeated the British army sent from Bombay. In retaliation, the Governor-General of India, Warren Hastings, sent another army from Bengal. The war between the Bengal army and the Marathas continued for 4 long years. Finally, in 1782, the British and Marathas signed the Treaty of Salbai and brought an end to the war. As per the treaty, the British acknowledged Madhav Rao II as the Peshwa. The British were allowed to retain the territory of Salsette and sent Raghunath Rao to Gujarat on an annual pension of 25,000 rupees. This outcome of the war helped the British to increase their dominance and strengthen their position in Indian politics.
So, in a first Anglo-Maratha war, one side there was a Raghunath Rao plus East India Company, and another side there was Madhav Rao plus the local chieftains. When they attack on the Britishers, so that war ended with a treaty of Salbai, Salbai, Salbai. And under that treaty, ब्रिटिशर्स ने किसको पेशवा मान लिया? माधव राव को. And they also gain a huge part. They gain a part of Salsette and the part of Basin. They also get a revenue. Revenue means the land collection. Land पे जितना टैक्स लगेगा from the Broch region and the Surat region. So at the end, they gain a power in a Maratha region. That was the first war where they easily, without doing anything, simply they were helping and supporting the Raghunath Rao, and they set up their rule in a few part of Maratha territory. Now let's move to a second Anglo-Maratha war.
After the death of Peshwa Madhav Rao II In 1796, Peshwa Bajirao II took charge of the throne, and things took a downturn thereafter. Nana Fadnavis passed away, leaving the Maratha army and chiefs with no leader and no direction. The insecurity that evolved after Nana Sahib's death led to internal disputes and power struggle between the Maratha chiefs. With no one to provide direction, the Maratha chiefs decided to take control over Pune by defeating the Peshwa. The Holkars took advantage of the situation and defeated Peshwa Bajirao II in 1802. After his defeat, Bajirao II fled to Bassein, where he sought the protection of the British, and in turn signed a subsidiary treaty with them.
Here subsidiary word means subsidiary alliance किया पेशवा बाजीराव सेकेंड ने ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी के साथ. Subsidiary alliance was the British policy of providing military assistance help to the Indian rulers in exchange. उनको एक military help देके उनको क्या profit हो रहा था? They in return the local rulers were paying for army maintenance. That is called subsidiary alliance. Now in that second Anglo-Mysore war there were three groups from Maratha side. One was Peshwa Bajirao II, who was a son of Madhav Rao. Then Holkars, then the chieftains. बट ये तीनों एक साथ नहीं थे. होलकर्स ने अटैक किया पुणे में एंड ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम पेशवा बाजीराव अगेन वेंट टू ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी फॉर हेल्प एंड दे साइन अ सब्सिडरी अलायंस.
After the subsidiary treaty was signed, Governor General Lord Wellesley assumed that all other Maratha chiefs would accept the terms and conditions of the treaty. The Scindias and the Bhosles, however, opposed the terms and declared war against the British in 1803. The combined forces of the Scindias and Bhosles were however defeated by the British. This was a huge blow for the power and prestige of the Marathas. Lord Wellesley made them sign the subsidiary alliance and surrender their territories to him. The Holkars, however, did not give up and continued to fight against the British. Meanwhile, Lord Wellesley was recalled to England and replaced by George Barlow. George Barlow signed a peace treaty with the Holkars and returned their territories.
So, in a second Anglo-Mysore war, पहले जो local chieftains थे, Maratha chieftains, the Scindia and Bhosle, they attack on a East India company, but they badly lose the battle in 1803. Then the Holkars, they fought very bravely against East India Company, and that war ended with a peace treaty कि जो एरिया आपने होलकर्स ने कैप्चर किया है वो उनको रिटर्न कर दे, जो ब्रिटिशर्स ने होलकर्स का लोकल चिफ्टन्स का गेन किया है रीजन वो उनको रिटर्न कर दे. दैट इज अ पीस ट्रीटी आफ्टर अ सेकेंड एंग्लो Maratha war. That is a peace treaty after Anglo-Maratha war.
Although Peshwa Bajirao II had signed a subsidiary treaty with the British, he found it difficult to live under the control of the British. He was further humiliated when he was forced to sign another treaty and surrender more territories to the British. Therefore, with the support of the Bhosles and Holkars, he took up arms against the British. The Peshwa attacked the British residency at Kirki near Pune and burned it. The British retaliated and decisively defeated all of them. They sent Bajirao II in exile to Bittur and annexed his kingdom. The Bhonsles and Holkars were forced to cede a large part of their territory. The Holkars accepted the subsidiary alliance. Finally, the British formed a new state from Bajirao's territories and called it Satara. They appointed a descendant of Shivaji as the ruler of the new state. Thus, slowly and steadily, the British defeated the different Maratha rulers and took control of their territories.
So in Third Anglo-Maratha War, Peshwa Bajirao II, who became a Peshwa with the help of East India Company, now he want a power. Now he don't want to rule under the East India Company. So he tried to unite the Maratha chieftains, but he failed. And when they came to fight against the East India Company, they were badly lose battle as they were unable to face with a fully armed East India Company. Now, at the end of Third Anglo-Maratha War, the Maratha region सिर्फ एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट सतारा तक ही रह गया and rest of the region was captured by the East India Company. So, in 1818, at the end of Third Anglo-Maratha War, Britishers very successfully, slowly and steadily, smartly, they captured the Maratha Empire. So, from first Anglo-Maratha War, little portion they gained, second huge portion, and slowly they captured the whole Maratha region. So that is a Anglo-Maratha War. Students, go through from it today. Tomorrow we will do the last portion of this chapter, Anglo-Sikh War. Take care. Have a nice day.